Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode on the Reloaded server. We're up to episode 6 I think, and we are starting things off once again in our base where we have made a fair bit of progress over the last little while. If I can fly, which I should be able to do given my name, we can see I have got myself a fair bit of these towers. I had to spend a lot of money on Blackstone buying out the entire server's stock of it, as well as get myself a fair bit of the walls in place and a little bit of terraforming here. This is very terrible terraforming, but I think I've done a good enough job to make it look somewhat natural. So you might have also noticed this thing over here. So this is something I've been trying to work on and actually try to record a fair bit of clips before discovering that this was not actually going to work out the way I intended it to be. And the reason for that is basically because it's not right. I am very bad at designing and cannot design on the fly. So what I need to do is go into creative. So I'll go over to a creative flat world and show you exactly the ideas I have come up with. Just before we do that though, we should probably have a look at our future plans. I've put them all on this nether wart board and we can see a priority is of course to stop the chest monster, which is all going to go in the volcano when I actually build the volcano. We've got the Temple of Kraka'zia, which is this thing we're trying to build over here, and a few other things. The mountain, which is the volcano, the Blackstone ore mine, which I think is going to go somewhere in there, the lava river, which is somewhere around, a starter house, which I probably shouldn't do anymore because it's already episode 6, and who builds this entire episode on a starter house. And of course we've got take over the don't look at that because that's definitely not something we're doing, and outer walls, which we've done already. So quite a few other things that we need to get done, so we need to head over to creative to show exactly why this temple plan isn't going to work. Now the basic idea for the temple itself is fine. I think these walls work fine, and the general vibe of the temple goes fine. However, it's this bit here. I want to put in a little bit more of a foundation around this instead of just having the plain towers going up, which means expanding the temple by, because there's 6 on the wall and 6 on one side and 10 on this side, it's another 2, so 2 times 6 is 12, so another 12 blocks wide. Really? 12 blocks wide and another, what's that, 10, 20 blocks that way. That is going to be a ridiculously big temple if I do it that way. So that is probably why I'm going to have to tear down the entire temple and try again. Also, this little freeze here, I'm still trying to work out. So what I want is something on top of these little bits here. I want a bit of a design to go all the way around the top between this and the roof. And this is currently what I've come up with, a little bit of red and black design, which is using the glazed terracotta. I'm not entirely happy with it, but it's something a working theory I'm working on with at the moment. So if I go back into the server and see exactly how big 10 times 12, 24 something by nearly 50 is going to be, that's ridiculously big, but I have been known to do big bigs before, so let's see how it's going to do. I gotta be honest, the thought of tearing down what I've already built just to rebuild most of it just a little bit bigger is not entirely what I was thinking of doing, and not something I'm going to relish, as well as the thought that if I do go with the entire design that I was thinking of, which is having a 3 wide gap between the pillars, including their base supports, it's going to come out, where is this temple? It's going to come out to something like here and go beyond the walls of the temple. I have sort of hamstrung myself placing the temple where it is. I did say in the deleted clips that I didn't put in this video that this is just about the perfect size for it, I think. So maybe a little bit small, but it is the size that I'm trying to go for. In comparison to the temple, I think the volcano, I think it's about right. So what I think I'll go with is just these little red nether brick stairs here. It does mean that the temple isn't technically as accessible by, or at least you can't walk through the pillars as easily, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. So let's go with that, and that's actually going to make these bits a little bit easier as well. I might be able to get away with only having 1 of the walls here instead of 2, which is going to make it a lot easier. You know that bit in videos where the YouTuber says they did some off-camera building? I did some off-camera building. A lot of this stuff I actually had to do when I was really busy at night trying to do other things in real life, but I think I've managed to get quite a bit of what I wanted to do done. So you can see I've finished all the pillars all the way around, as well as got myself the top of where I want to go to. I probably need to do this thing just one more layer higher, as well as then start the roof. So we need to go up 2 blocks and then the roof can start, and I want to do a kind of a slanted roof all the way across in the same kind of thing, because we're going for an Acropolis kind of vibe, and I think that's the way I need it to go. With a bit more time having passed, I've now got myself just about where I want to do the roof. So we can see here I've got the pillars still going all the way around, but I have now got this little frieze kind of thing. I'm still not sure what to call it, but we've got the black terracotta going all the way around and some black stone walls separating it every couple of blocks. In the middle, of course, there was a little bit of a oopsie there. I didn't quite build it, but I couldn't be bothered ripping down half the temple just to make it fit perfectly. So that's that done. So the roof. Now, I thought I want to do that out of mangrove, because that's a darkish red block and the crimson wasn't quite vibing with the way I want to do it. So if I quickly make up some crimson slabs, or some slabs here, out of this slab, where it is, there we go. Now I don't think I want to go just, let's actually get up here so I can demonstrate. And can I stick the landing? No I can't, yeah, close enough. So I don't think I just want to go straight out, kind of like this. Oh sorry, I don't think I want to go just straight up in a single block like that, because it's going to be very tall when it gets to the top. So actually, I think 2 blocks there, and then we need to see how this looks with the 2 block long slope. Looking at that, I think I've managed to get it right the very first time, which is quite rare for me actually. But I do have a question for myself, and I'm not sure if this one on the left where it just slopes up to a single slab, or the one on the right where it goes up to the full block. The slab means that I'm still going to have this pattern all the way on the top, which I kind of want to keep on the sides. But on this one it means the pattern remains, so it's a little bit of a decision. I'm leaning towards this one, so I think what I will do is I build up a fair bit of both sides and then see what it looks like practically, and then make a decision from there. This is kind of the perfect backdrop, with the sun just setting in the background and Klim's thing just in the background there. But we've got ourselves a pretty much completed temple. The outside of the temple is complete. I'm not entirely happy with the terracotta being there, but I think that is something we can change in the future. So we actually now need to start on the inside. And before I do that, I think I want to get this thing just a little bit more rough. Just add a couple more blocks here and there to get it a little bit more weathered and used, and make it look like it's not just one flat surface. So just a few blocks here and there to make it look better. Now, I've been thinking I probably should get started on at least the very walls of the interior of the temple and the roof bits over here as well. Now, what I'm thinking is that I probably should have made this a little bit higher. There we go. I am thinking I'm going to make this out of polished black stone, just going all the way around, and then the inside will be something completely different. I think these ones should go in the middle, right in the middle, right there. Right above the center block in between these towers and the walls there. So I think this block here is where it needs to go. And then if I do that all the way around, that should work quite nicely. Now, for the side walls, I was thinking of going something reasonably simple, just the black stone walls every 4th block, and then we're going to have a little bit of lighting here, hidden lighting sort of, with what do we call this? The blackstone tiles, or the deep plate tile walls, just going all the way up. I am thinking of breaking this up along here, just with a couple of these stairs, just to make it look just a little bit broken. I can't put it on these ones though, because if we try that, it's going to do just that, and I don't want the gap to be there. So we're going to have to stick with solid blocks all the way through here. Actually, could I do something like that? That would work if I could corner block it. That is something to consider, I think. But for now, I think I'm going to go all the way around, build this up, and then see how it looks. And now with the external walls all done, and sort of the interior as well, I created the world's biggest single bedroom bed. That's right, this entire build was just for my bed. And I think I'll be sleeping here for quite a while because it is actually the only building within my entire base so far that actually has a roof and will keep me safe from the outside. But I think we're going to have to end today's episode there, so thank you very much for watching. We're going to see you in the next one. Till then, goodbye.